Welcome back, and let's go continental, and our focus now shifts to Kenya Police will be taking on Mogadishu City FC. Second leg, Davis Mbera sijui mabingwa ligi kuu ya humu nchini. Police wanashiriki katika dimba la hadhi michuano hii ya barani Afrika. Ni mara ya kwanza, lakini dhidi ya Mogadishu sijui kuna wepesi mnaonaje?
Nahisi kwa
mkondo wa pili huu.
Mkondo wa pili utakuwa tu kama mswaki vile, unapiga meno na rusha nje maji. Tayari washafuzu. Mogadishu wanahitaji ushindi wa mabao 3 nunge ama wafunge mabao 2 na wasifungwe, mechi ingie katika awamu ya penalty. Kwa hivyo itakuwa ngumu zaidi ukizingatia kile kiwango ambacho Mogadishu wako ndani na ule utimamu wa kiakili na kisaikolojia, kizingatiwa kwamba zile amsha ambazo polisi wamekuwa nazo, lakini upande mwingine Mogadishu zile ati ambazo zimekuwa katikati ya wiki kwamba sijui mashabiki walifanya nini.
Manake kauli nzuri, manake niko karibu kuuliza kwambia haya maandalizi ya mchuano huu yametiwa doa na mambo ambayo ni mambo ya mashabiki pembeni, kwa kidogo kuburura bendera ile ya Kenya. Kwa hivyo nchi hizi mbili hazijaangazia sana maandalizi ya wachezaji yako vipi, mambo ambayo yako nje kabisa.
Na kwa polisi hiyo ni advantage, manake polisi anaingia katika mechi hii akijua kwamba kila shabiki atakuja katika mchuano huu kutokana na ile buzz ambayo imekuepo wiki nzima. Lakini kwake Mogadishu ataingia katika mechi hii akijua kwamba kwanza shabiki ametiwa baridi kwamba hili tendo huenda Wakenya wakalipiza katika mechi hiyo. Kwa hivyo nahisi kwamba kwa Mogadishu mambo yamekwisha. Polisi ana nafasi nzuri ya kutumia mechi hiyo. Angalau kocha Etienne Dairagije ajue wachezaji na yale marekebisho aliyofanya kutokana na mechi ya kwanza, iwapo yatafanya kazi, na pia kujiandaa kwa ajili ya mechi za ligi kuu sawia pia na raundi ijayo.
Cedric Msumba, SportPesa Premier League newbies, Nairobi United, Naiboys, they'll be taking on Uganda's NEC. I don't know. First leg they drew 2-2. I feel when you talk to, because of course we interviewed the players and the coach, they're in a buoyant mood. Feel like they're already, thinking of the second round.
Not necessarily. It's not actually a walk in the park, given to the essence of how actually they allowed in Uganda to come back and resettle that kind of battle. No, lacking control and game management can as well as actually run away from you in your own backyard. If at all they are not able enough to control. And that comes with also experience. Playing a team of Ugandan magnitude who actually played until to the 90 minutes trying to look for a way coming back to the game. And they literally got it. Nairobi were in control of the game by leading 1 goal up, and then they allowed the game actually to slip away from them. The Uganda went up to 2-1, and then they happened to score the second goal. That tells you as well that even Uganda coming here, they can as well as upset them here, if at all they are not in the control of the game. So it's all about game management, control, and also knowing very well that that's a different upstage of football. They are just come the other day from NSL. They haven't even tested the Premier League kind of stature. But now they are representing Kenya at the continental level. Yeah. It's a very high stature of game that they need actually to be up in all avenues that are required to contain that kind of pressure.
Stemi, do you feel like the inexperience with the Naiboys team, will it show tomorrow against NEC, Uganda's NEC?
I think that has it's really little to them, because look at the technical bench. They have a coach who has played these matches during his days, and that is Nicholas Miotti. So I feel maybe, and also you have players like Kibwana. Those are players who have played in this type of competition, and they have the experience to handle such type of pressure. Of course, the biggest motivation for Naiboys is about the resources that are surrounding this team. They have a lot of people who are bringing a lot of all type of motivation. And as a player, when you have all those motivation, you just focus on one thing. That's good to get the results on the pitch. And I know, looking at how they qualified for this competition, on itself, I think it's pushing them. They were giant killers. They beat established team in the Kenyan football. and going at Uganda, getting that lead, and then unfortunately losing at the tail end, maybe getting a draw. I think they now know the type of position they're going to meet. Of course, pressure will be more on the Nai boys because, Ugandans, they have nothing to lose. They're coming to frustrate the Kenyans who know that they have everything that they've put around and try to get into the next round. But whatever they'll achieve or over the weekend, I feel they'll have represented at least something that maybe they never expected to happen where they have reached so far. But I'm confident they're going to progress into the next round.
Robbie?
Very, very interesting. Of course, with the Nai boys, we'll be waiting to see the results tomorrow when they take on NEC, and then on Sunday it's Police against Mogadishu. Now,
Oh, sorry.
let's move away. Let's take a look at the results from last week. I remember last week we had our predictions. Let's take a look at the results. Shabana got a 4-2 win against Bomet. Ulinzi Stars got a 1-0 win against Muranga Seal. Liverpool 2-1 win against Everton. Brighton settled for a 2-2 draw against Tottenham. Manchester United got a 2-1 win against Chelsea. Arsenal settled for a 1-1 draw against Man City. FC Union Berlin got a 4-3 win against Frankfurt. Valencia defeated Athletic Bilbao. Roma defeated Lazio, and Atalanta defeated Torino. So let's begin with Kariuki. How did he fare? Kariuki, how did you fare? Let's take a look. 6.
Just
There's no improvement in your
but the games were 9. It's massive.
There's something they say that you've been consistent
Revise the curriculum.
in failure.
Curriculum should be revised for you.
Hassan, I think Hassan got 7. Hassan
I don't
Juma,
know.
let's see. Hassan got 7 out of 10. Or out of 9 rather, out of 9.
Siko mbaya, ameniacha neno moja tu.
What do you mean?
As usual.
And the most improved boy of the week. Most improved, 7 out of 9.
So I was not gati last uko mwisho kabisa.
No, but you are last.
But if you are last, you are last.
But if you are last, you are
So
last.
unaona ukiweka zile marks B, A, B kuna 70 to 75. We are on the same
Sasa
bracket.
Uko 70 and below. See me. Let's take a look at this week's this week's sleep. We begin with Hassan and the predictions that he has. Hassan, this week's sleep. Rangers vs Tusker, Sofapaka take on Gor. Bandari will be facing Shabana. Brentford host Manchester United. Villa take on Fulham. Newcastle United face Arsenal. Athletic Madrid take on Real Madrid in the Madrid derby. Villarreal will be taking on Bilbao as Juventus hosts Atalanta, and AC Milan battles Napoli. So Hassan, let's take a look at your predictions for this week.
Mshindi kama kawaida usio naam, Posta Rangers versus Tusker could go either way. So Sofapaka Gor Mahia, I'm seeing goals over 1.5. Bandari Shabana over 1.5. Brentford Manchester United, but then Manchester United will win this match. But X2, the worst that could happen is a draw. Aston Villa Fulham over 1.5. Newcastle United, I'm seeing goals here against Arsenal over 1.5. Atletico Madrid Real Madrid, goals galore. Villarreal Atletico Bilbao, goals galore. Juventus Atalanta, I'm putting my money on Juventus, they'll be at home. The worst that can happen is a draw. Then AC Milan Napoli over 1.5. Yeah.
Hata ungejina ukisoma ya kwanza, ya 4 na ya mwisho. Because all the others are the same. Anyway, twende yangu.
Kariuki,
Ona sasa
Ndio maana unakuwa na balance.
kitu ambayo unaweza tengeneza pesa. Hii ndio kitu unaweza tengeneza pesa.
My ex number 1.
Posta Rangers Tusker, GG. Sofapaka Gor Mahia
over 1.5.
hakuna GG. Bandari FC Shabana either. Brentford Manchester over 1.5. Aston Villa Fulham either of the two. Newcastle United Arsenal over 2.5. Mabao yatafungwa sana. Atletico Madrid Real Madrid X or 2. Then we have Real Athletic over 1.5. Then Juventus Atalanta. Juventus or a draw. AC Milan Napoli over 1.5. Unaona vile kitu inapangwa. Si over 1.5 kutoka huko.
Okay, let's take a look at my predictions for the weekend. And we have the first one, Rangers or Tusker. Listen, Rangers, I'm a draw. I thought it was supposed to be Tusker. It was supposed to be Tusker or a draw. No, Tusker.
No.
That is
Hakuna kurudi nyuma.
Hakuna kurudi nyuma. Ama Jags aliangalia akaona hii ile inaenda.
Uko sawa juu Pamzo. You know Pamzo is a former Tusker coach, so he knows their tactics. There's no way maybe he'll allow them to win.
So for Paka vs Gor Mahia, it's Gor ama draw. Shabana the same versus Bandari, Shabana ama draw. Brentford versus Manu draw, and then Aston Villa Fulham, it's going to go either way. Newcastle versus Arsenal over 1.5. Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid, it's a Real Madrid, I'm a draw. Villarreal Athletic Bilbao over 1.5. Juve Atalanta over 1.5. AC Milan Napoli, it's Napoli or a draw. So let's get to the biggest games of the... No, I don't need this.
Good.
Let's get to the biggest games. It's only me one zangu natuka hivi. Let's get to the biggest games of the weekend. And we begin with the Madrid derby. Real Madrid going to the Metropolitan Stadium. And they will be facing Atletico Madrid. Cedric Musumba, let's begin with you.
A rejuvenated Real Madrid. A team that has been out there actually to cultivate their stature. And we are so happy. I think at the Bernabeu, everything is now closed. And the rice that actually went there and cooked is now being cooked nicely. And everyone will be ready to eat. So as to say, they will be away. And I think what Real Madrid has actually been giving to us, everyone is yearning to really get that ticket of first 11. And we have seen the likes of Rodrigo, who are very sparks of Real Madrid last season, actually warming the bench, which is quite necessarily not the thing of Rodrigo. Yes. Vinicius Junior, at some point, whom we actually associate themselves with a regular kind of a player, he does not necessarily command that particular number. So as to say, some of the players who crossed over from the EPL, they have been finding it so hard, never alone the injury they have actually had, but they are finding it so hard to grade that particular pitch. It tells a story of Real Madrid that has been a team of the teams.
Yes.
So going to Atletico, which is quite struggling, and I will agree with all of you.
They're in a transition at the moment.
Whichever the way. But I understand, going by your slips, everyone was not quite often that Atletico Madrid can beat Real Madrid, which tells a story of Real Madrid that I'm talking about. And you gave Real Madrid either win away from home.
They could turn up that day by the way.
Yeah, but you see, for us, we know how Real has been playing this season, vis-a-vis how Atletico has been playing. Had it been Real versus Barcelona, so as
to say, we are sharing the same stage. Yes. Real Madrid going all the way to Metropolitano, it's a team that is going there to collect points. If it all goes worse, maybe a draw. But collecting points is a must for all the voting essence that has gone around your sleep. And that's to say, it has equally got some players who are ball carrier. Mastotuano is a 18-year-old. 18-year-old. I think all the team have been celebrating of playing young players. Real Madrid has not had an 18-year-old in a squad. They are brought in an 18-year-old who is actually doing wonders. Talk about the likes of Vinicius Junior if he come from bench, which necessarily does not necessarily guarantee to start. Have the likes of Rodrigo. Their bench is warming and is so associated to whatever people will call it depth. So it's a team that anyone can celebrate. And I'm so quite happy that Dean Hussein has come back to the team.
And Militao.
And also Jude Bellingham is coming back from injury. So it's a team well-oiled to give you the quality that you enjoy watching.
We're only hoping that next week you'll be defending their loss that way. Now, let's move away from the big game in Spain. That is the Madrid derby. Let's take a look at what is happening in Italy. That is Syria, where you have Napoli taking on AC Milan. Davis Mberia, unatarajia nini hapa?
Kwa haraka tu ni mchuano ambao unawakutanisha miamba wawili. Napoli wamekuwa na msururu mzuri katika mechi zao za ufunguzi ligi kuu ya soka kule Italia, lakini pia katika kombe la klabu bingwa barani Ulaya. Kevin De Bruyne ameonyesha ukakamavu mkubwa, lakini katika mechi yake ya hapo awali alionekana kidogo kusuasua kiasi cha kuondolewa kabla ya mechi kutamatika. Lakini nahisi kwamba ni mechi ambayo ataonyesha ule uongozi anao, uzoefu ambao anao, lakini pia kwa bwana kigogo AC Milan, bwana kigogo huyu ambaye heshima yake imejengwa pale himaya kina Cedric.
Yes.
Ila uzoefu wake anauleta huku upande wa AC Milan. Kwa haraka tu, ubashiri nampa Napoli kutoa ushindi, ila ni mechi ambayo itaishia kwa timu zote mbili kufungana.
Roger Sistemi, Newcastle welcome the mighty Arsenal.
I think St. James Park has always been a tough hunting ground for Arsenal in the recent years, and it's not going to be an expectation on Sunday. But, you know, looking at how Arteta has tried to assemble the team, you know, it's just spoiled for choice. Which player is he going to assemble for that particular game? Because he's trying to gamble a lot. And depending on the players, the first 11 he'll start with, it will give an indication if indeed Arsenal are going for 3 points or they are going again to search for a point. But it will be important if you assemble the players, like maybe come up with the Eze in that number 8 or 10 role instead of coming with Merino, because if you come with the 3 defensive midfielder minded, that is Zubimendi, and then you have Merino together with Rice, definitely is going to be a tough evening for them. But if by chance it starts with Eze and then Joker is up there, definitely they'll get some point. But on the other side, you know, it's not going to be that way easy. They know how Arteta always behaves, so the Magpies will be there to prove that indeed we spoiled the part for you last season, but you can also do this as early as right now. So it's not going to be an easy game, but whoever gets his tactics right, definitely will carry the day.
Kariuki, your expectations from this fixture?
It's a very interesting fixture, as Eshtemi has put it. And most of the time, I see Newcastle playing a rough game to Arsenal, where they try to intimidate the team. And most of the time, they have actually won that battle of intimidating Arsenal. But tomorrow's game, I think Arteta will come with a very clear...
Sunday.
Sorry, it's Sunday. Yeah, you're right. It's actually the last game of the week, match week 6. I think Arteta will come with a different tactic of telling his lads to try and ensure that hawa watu hawapigi kiatu sana and try to get goals mapema. And I see Arsenal winning. Unajua sasa red kana inaweza ikatokea pale and then ikaharibu maneno. So I see the two teams going toe to toe. Not that Newcastle are good, but because wamezoea Arsenali.
Who's winning?
I will give it a draw.
Psychologically speaking, after losing Alexander Isaac, unaona kama wamesettle, ndio?
Wako sawa.
Wametulia sasa, ndio?
Wako sawa. I think they're okay. I see a draw.
Mberio, who's winning this?
Arsenal will be winning, motivated by nasikia kule Ballon d'Or. Mulibeba kitu.
Eshtemi, who's winning?
Arsenal is winning.
Say no, who's winning this?
A draw will prevail.
A draw will prevail. So let's quickly...
Mbona moja niuliza?
Wewe sinajua utasema Newcastle.
Yes, Newcastle.
Let's quickly run through the fixtures that we have for this weekend in different leagues across the world. And we begin with the Football Kenya Federation Premier League or Sport Pesa Premier League. We had this match played today, and Mathare United got a 1-0 win against KCB at the Kasarani Annex. But let's take a look at the other fixtures that we have. And Saturday, Postal Rangers take on Tusker, Sofapaka face Gor Mahia. Mara Sugar will be in action against Kakamega Homeboys. On Sunday, Bandari host Shabana, and APS Bomet at Gusii Stadium face Muranga Seal. That is all about the Sport Pesa Premier League. Let's move to the English Premier League. Early kickoff tomorrow. Manchester United take on Brentford. Chelsea host Brighton. Palace will be in action against Liverpool. Leeds United take on Bournemouth. Man City face Burnley. And then we do have also other fixtures, and Nottingham will be taking on Sunderland. Tottenham host Wolves. Aston Villa battles Fulham. And Sunday, Newcastle will be facing Arsenal as Everton takes on West Ham United. Let's move to Serie A, that is in Italy, where we have Como taking on Cremonese. Juventus face Atalanta. Cagliari will be in action against Inter. Sassuolo face Udinese. Pisa host Fiorentina. On Sunday, we also have a number of fixtures in Serie A. Roma face Hellas Verona. Lecce take on Bologna. AC Milan face Napoli. Parma take on Torino as Genoa takes on Lazio. Now we move to Bundesliga. The match that is currently going on is between Bayern and Werder Bremen. But on Saturday, Mainz take on Borussia Dortmund. Wolfsburg will be in action against Leipzig. Heidenheim take on Augsburg, and St. Pauli will be facing Bayer Leverkusen. But still on Saturday, we'll see Borussia Mönchengladbach take on Frankfurt, and on Sunday, Freiburg face Hoffenheim. Köln take on Stuttgart as Union Berlin face Hamburg. Now, in La Liga, we also have a number of fixtures, and Girona versus Espanyol will be starting in a few. Getafe take on Levante on Saturday. Atletico de Madrid face Real Madrid in the Madrid derby. Mallorca take on Deportivo Alaves. Villarreal face Athletic Bilbao. And still in La Liga, Vallecano face Sevilla, Elche take on Celta Vigo, Barcelona face Real Sociedad on Sunday, Betis take on Osasuna as Valencia takes on Real Oviedo. Now, Beria, social media wanakupata wapi?
Social media, Davis Beria, kote kote, nawatakia weekend njema. Bwana.
Ndugu yangu,
Ishtemi, kila mahali, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram.
Cedric Musumba.
Cedric BM on Facebook. Cedric Msumbo on his other platform.
Daddy Karaoke 254. Instagram, TikTok, X.
Ulifungua TikTok?
Tap follow.
Ala?
Tap follow TikTok.
Where?
Tap. Danny Karaoke 254.
Hassan?
Tap follow.
IG the official Hassan Juma. X Hassan Juma.
Yes, that is. Thank you very much, Amberia, Ishtemi, Sedo, and Karaoke for getting time to come and break down what has happened during the weekend, what to expect this weekend. But that is where we wrap up football sleep tonight. My name is Robinson Okenye. Have a good night. I'll be seeing you again tomorrow from 2 to 3 p.m. on Scoreline.
Tap follow.